we warmly welcome all of you to the inauguration program in MBE and MPhil in Business Economics offered by the Department of Business Economics, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce in University of Sri Jayewardenepura. Now, in any other usual day, you would have received a formal invitation from us and we would have met at the main boardroom in our faculty, and we would have had the chance to meet and greet each other in person and in a more live setting. But the times have changed in such a way that we are no longer able to abide by the same. Still, there's a saying which goes that challenging times require creative and innovative measures. So we at University of Sri Jayewardenepura are firm believers of the said notion, which is why, as an august institution which promotes higher education and which has a great pioneering history on higher education in Sri Lanka, we would not let something like a pandemic get in the way of your education process, as it is our primary concern. We thought, why not meet you in a virtual setting like this? So although the resources we have are limited, by looking at the number of participants who are joining with us today, we have to say that we are quite pleased of the enthusiasm you all have shown in order to embark upon this amazing journey. Yes. Without further ado, I think now it's the perfect time for you, dear students, to get to know more about this amazing department, which you are going to be a part of for the rest of your MBE and MPhil journeys.
Among all that arise, knowledge is the greatest. The University of Sri Jayewardenepura has nearly 150 years of astonishing history, with its origin dating back to Malika Kanda Vidyodaya Pirivana, initiated in 1873 by the most venerable Hekaduwe Sri Sumangala Nayaka Thero. In 1959, the Pirivana was awarded the university status as the Vidyodaya University of Ceylon. In 1979, the university was renamed as the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, precisely 20 years after its inauguration. The University of Sri Jayewardenepura pioneered management education in Sri Lanka in 1960 and established the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce in 1972. This prestigious faculty was honored to introduce the first ever business economics specialization in Sri Lanka in 1995, which was improved as a separate degree program in 2002 with the initiation of Department of Business Economics. The business economics field emerged as a blend of management and economics to bridge the gap between theory and practice in the area of economics directly relevant to the businesses. A wide range of career options are open for business economists in both profit and non-profit organizations. The core wing of the product portfolio of the department is Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Business Economics, a special degree program. At present, the Business Economics undergraduates can pursue their studies under two specialization areas. Over the time horizon, this degree program has become one of the most demanded and popular degree programs among the undergraduates of the faculty, with steadily increasing number of student preferences at department selections. Excellent academic performances of the students provide evidences for the quality of degree program. While managing the studies with excellent academic performances, the students also have shown outstanding performances on numerous platforms at local as well as international level. The undergraduates engage in activities under two students' associations. The Business Economics Students Association at the department level, and the Sri Lanka Forum of Junior Business Economists, which is an inter-university student movement. Those associations carry out a variety of projects such as international level economic summits, national economic forums, Coloring Smile, the annual community service project, Econ Inside, the GCE Advanced Level Seminar Series on Economics, student talent shows, BISCON Drama Festival, and field trips. The department always gives a great attention for the development of professionalism and softer skills of the undergraduates. Accordingly, the Career Development Training Program and a special English language program are conducted with the contribution of the experts in the respective fields. With the support of the faculty and other departments, the undergraduates are given opportunities for study tours to foreign universities. Research has been a key element of the department from its inception. With the aim of promoting research culture, the department established the Research Center for Business Economics and Development Studies and organized the first annual conference on business economics in 2020. A wide range of corporate and public sector organizations have worked closely with the department. Moreover, the department holds the membership of the Sri Lanka Forum of University Economists, SLF-UE. In order to assure lifelong learning experiences of the business economists, the Department of Business Economics developed two postgraduate degree programs, namely Master of Business Economics and Master of Philosophy in Business Economics. We have gathered today to witness the launch of these postgraduate programs in business economics. Warmly welcome you all to be a part of this momentous event.
So now that you all have some sort of an idea about the prestigious institution of which you are going to be a part of and the department of which you are going to be a part of, I think to officially commence the proceedings of the program, I may cordially invite Dr. Dinesha Sirivardhana, the head of the Department of Business Economics, to deliver the official welcome speech to this distinguished guest. Over to you, Dinesha.
Thank you, Sandhani. Prestigious guests, academic staff members, and dear students. Warm good evening to you, all of you. On behalf of Department of Business Economics, it's with great pleasure that I welcome every one of you to the inauguration ceremony of the postgraduate degree programs in business economics. Due to the prevailing circumstances, in the midst of the arrangement for a grand event, we agreed not to postpone this inauguration, but to make it happen as an online event, embracing this challenging situation. I'm thankful to all the participants for understanding and their presence today. The Department of Business Economics is the pioneer in introducing the bachelor's degree in business economics, with its origin dating back to 22. Over the time horizon, our degree program has become one of the most demanded and popular degree programs among the undergraduates, with steadily increasing student preferences at the department selection. Our unique degree program is a blend of management and economics disciplines that produces a graduate with a wide array of job market opportunities. With two specialization areas and another one that we are going to introduce, currently banking and development studies, and in future banking development studies and international trade. So we have improved our degree program, further enhancing the potential for the students to be a career world outstanding candidates. Along this journey, with the introduction of postgraduate degree program in business economics, we have now come across the one of substantial milestone to the department. After thoroughly researching the market for potentials of postgraduate degree programs in business economics, we have carefully designed four postgraduate degree programs: Master of Philosophy in Business Economics or MPhil, Master of Science in Business Economics or MSc Business Economics, and Master of Business Economics MBE and Postgraduate Diploma in Business Economics. At the first step of the introduction of these programs today, we launched Master of Philosophy in Business Economics or MPhil and Master of Business Economics or MBE. In the designing stage of these programs, we have taken the expertise of an excellent panel representing both academic and industry. These programs have undergone a thorough review process and were consequently amended to receive the approval of UGC. Thus, under these courses, we ensure that our postgraduate students provide a well-planned and timely revised curriculum. I would also remind you of our outstanding panel of lecturers of these programs that are the finest in the field of study. Behind this glorious event you witnessed today, there's a great team effort from the very beginning of the inception of this idea to widen our scope to postgraduate level. I sincerely welcome Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga, Chairman of University Grant Commission, one of our dearest founding members of the department, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Dr. U. Anurukumar, Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, whose tremendous support and guidance were given throughout this journey to launch these two programs. Also, I warmly welcome all the department heads of our faculty, coordinators of postgraduate courses of the faculty, visiting lecturers, industry representatives, my academic staff members, and all other prestigious guests of this event. Dear postgraduate students, I wish you all a bright future with us, and I'm grateful to you all for the faith and the confidence you have put in choosing our programs. We are making this now that our decision to be with us, that your decision to be with us will give you the best you would expect. With that, I conclude my speech. Please enjoy this tremendous event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dinesha, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite yet another special person. If you are hoping to take up the MBE program, dear students, you will be liaising with this person on a regular basis. So this is none other than Dr. Janaka Fernando, who is a senior lecturer in the Department of Business Economics, as well as the coordinator for the Master of Business Economics program. So to brief about him a little bit, he holds a PhD in International Development from University of Nagoya in Japan, and a Masters in Economics from University of Colombo, Sri Lanka, Masters of International Development Studies from GRIPS, Japan, as well as he holds a special training on quantitative research methods from Griffiths, Australia, as well as BSc in Business Administration in Business Economics Special.
So let me start the brief introduction to Master of Business Economics program. So it's a great pleasure, and as a student graduated from this university and being one of the students from the first business economics program introduced in 2002 under the Department of Business Economics, I think it's a kind of great pleasure and privilege for me to introduce this Master of Business Economics program. As Dr. Dinesha correctly mentioned, before we introduce Master of Business Economics program and also all the other specialized postgraduate degree programs, we went through a rigorous process to maintain the quality. And first we went to our faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, and then quality cell of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura. Then all these programs approved by the University Grant Commission. So this is one of the program recognized and approved by the UGC as postgraduate programs. And this is even based on the Sri Lanka qualification framework. This is level 9 qualification, 1 year program. And I'm not going to repeat what Dr. Dinesh said about the things we considered before we launched this program. Like, we went to the industry and we got feedback from the others. So we have developed these programs in a manner that address all the needs of the industry, especially corporate sector, and also the government and other areas. But especially I want to highlight the special features of this 1 year master's program. So here we have given you a dynamic program, creating a lot of flexible course units. So in the first semester, you have to select 5 course modules. But in the second semester, we offer you 10 courses, but you just need to select only 4. So we have created a kind of flexibility within even this 1 year program. In addition, a special component of this degree program is the research paper in business economics. So we train you to do a research. But you might have a question: if you are working in the private sector, why we should do research? It's a kind of academic activity. Let me explain. Research is a scientific inquiry. So it is important for academics as well as private sector people. If we take a small example, these days it's very common to provide training programs by private sector organizations. So many organizations invest a lot of money to train their people and sending them to different programs. But there is a question whether this program can deliver the expected outcomes, whether they are really effective or not. Because when a firm invests in a training program, the ultimate objective is to increase the productivity of employees. So how do you test whether a particular program delivers this expected outcome? For that one, you need a scientific inquiry. So that's what we train here. This is what within the 1 year, you learn how to conduct this kind of a scientific inquiry. So that is key aspects of this degree program. And other than that, as Dr. Dinesh correctly pointed out, we have a qualified panel of lecturers from the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, and also from the industry and the policymakers. Like, we have invited from guest lecturers from the central bank and also from other government organizations to deliver lectures in this program. I want to give a message before I conclude this talk to my students. Now, getting qualification is very much important. But if we talk the economics of getting a postgraduate qualification, that is because of information asymmetry in labor market. Because sometimes you know your skills and you try to sell your skill to a particular employer, but they might not know whether you are the correct candidate to be recruited for a particular position. Then, in asymmetric information, when two parties do not have all the information, we can solve that problem giving market signals. Your degree certificate is a signal to bridge this and information asymmetry. But the problem is, this signal might not be effective if you cannot perform well once you join the organization. So therefore, this is a well-designed degree program. You can get the certificate at the end of the year, but instead of getting the certificate, try to get the quality and the competency we have designed in this program. Then only you can call, I am a graduate of Department of Business Economics. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. Thank you, sir. So with that, we would like to move on to another special segment in this program. So at the beginning of this session also, we told that on any other usual day, we would have let each other meet in person and get to know each other, because networking is very important in these kinds of courseworks. But since we are not in a position to provide you with that opportunity at the time being, we thought of doing something interesting. So we compiled a short collection of videos which will self-introduce all our students to each other, so that you will know who you will be meeting throughout your courseworks in the due course. So now let's enjoy that short video clip regarding the MBE program students who will be self-introducing themselves.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I am Akmal Hussain. I am heading the operations at Fresenius Medical Care Sri Lanka.
Hi, I'm Anjali Sirisena. I'm from Palavatta. I'm currently working as the accountant at MA's Legato.
Hi everyone, I'm Masajek Tiarachi from Mount Lavinia. I'm currently a temporary assistant lecturer for the Department of Business Economics, University of Sri Javadanapura.
Hi, good day to you. I'm Chamatka Fonseca. I'm from Kalubovila. I work for the Commercial Lending Department of Acuity Knowledge Partners as a senior associate.
Hi everyone, I'm Chamli Surya Pirula from Kotikavatta. I'm a deputy manager at People's Bank, currently attached to People's Card Center.
Hi, Bon. I'm Dhananjali Nankadiraga. Currently, I'm working as a merchandise operations at Masol.
Hi, boy. I'm Dimut Jasundar from Kandy. Currently, I'm working as a temporary assistant lecturer at the Department of Business Economics, University of Sri Javadanapura.
Hi, Bon. I'm Dinki Dias from Malate. Currently, I'm working at Central Bank of Sri Lanka as an assistant director.
Hi, Bon. I'm Shimala Anjali. I'm from Uttara area. I'm currently teaching at Gateway College, Rajgiri.
Hi everyone, I'm Gayatri from Mayambudan. I'm an applied science graduate. I'm currently working as a temporary demonstrator at University of Colombo.
Hi, I'm Ishani Chandratna from Kurunangala. I'm working at Sampath Bank as a junior executive attached to the compliance department.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Kapilajay Kumara from Pitagoti. Currently, I'm working as an assistant director of commerce at the Department of Commerce.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Kavisha Mukherjee from Hanadura. Currently, I work as an assistant manager at Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Malisha Nurdin and I'm from Mathurgiriya. I am working at John Keells Holding retail sector as an category management executive.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Nadisha Nanayakkara from Kadavada. Currently, I'm teaching economics at St. Joseph's College, Colombo, Denmark.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Rukshika Jayarathna from Bhattaramunda and currently I'm working at Bank of Sri.
Hi everyone, my name is Roshda Niyas. I'm from Colombo. I'm an attorney at law and currently I'm an assistant director at the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka.
Hi everyone, I'm from Virendra. Currently I'm working as a deputy manager at People's Bank Card Center.
I'm Samali Karmaratna. I'm from Narayan Limited. Currently, I'm working as the head of the building section at the Central Hospital.
Hi Bhuvan, my name is Sandrika Silva from Aranayaka. Currently, I'm working as an administrative trainee at GSK.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Sunny Ravas from Nigambo and I'm a serial entrepreneur where my ventures are into startup consultancy, education and provide digital solutions.
Hi Bhuvan, this is Sumali Vijayalaka and I'm from Panduru.
Hi Bhuvan, I am Surendra Kadima from Madhara. Currently I am working as an assistant director in Central Bank of Sri Lanka.
Hi Bhuvan, I am Tharani Divankaya Saratna from Piriyandana. Currently I am working as temporary computer instructor at University of Sri Javadanapura.
I am Pinaka from Pitagori. Currently I am working as senior assistant director at Central Bank of Sri Lanka.
Hi, I'm Dishika Chandratna from Kurunangala. Currently, I'm working as a temporary assistant lecturer at the Department of Business Economics, University of Sri Javadanapura.
Hi Bhuvan, I'm Asasni Avisayura. I'm from Hudana. Currently, I'm working as an
I am Yasid Nanda Anasinghe. I am living in Niktambua. I am working in the ND Bank in the corporate department.
So dear students, I think now you have an idea about the faces that you are going to meet in classroom, hopefully in someday in future soon. So you can see that they are coming from all across the country, from different working disciplines. So you are going to have a very rich network of friends and a great intellectual experience, undoubtedly. And we would also like to remind with this, ladies and gentlemen, that all the editings of this video as well as the voicing of these videos were done by the undergraduates of Department of Business Economics, and we would also like to take a moment to appreciate their effort during these troubling times with very limited resources. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to move on to the next segment in our agenda for tonight. So once again, we are going to present you with a very special personality, especially for MPhil students. This is going to be a very special character in your MPhil journey. So she is none other than a senior lecturer, once again, from the Department of Business Economics, Dr. Mrs. Sumudu Pereira, who will be the coordinator for Master of Philosophy in Business Economics program. And she holds a PhD from University of New England in Australia, as well as MA in International Economics and Finance from Chulalongkorn, Thailand, as well as an MBA from PIM Institute in Sri Lanka, and BCom Special from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Sri Lanka. Dear Madam, the session is all yours.
So very good evening to all of you. So as the coordinator of the MPhil in Business Economics program, so I'm very pleased to welcome you all to the Department of Business Economics of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, and which is considered as the pioneering faculty in management education in Sri Lanka. So as you are aware, business economics is a field that encompassing the studying pertaining to managing businesses with scarce resources. So MPhil in Business Economics actually integrates the fields of economics with business management by highlighting the important aspects of decision making in real business scenarios. So our MPhil degree program is a 2-year degree program, and in the first semester, you have to do 2 compulsory courses. They are research methodology and applied economics. And by the end of your first semester, you have to do your research proposal defense. So I'm very happy to say that whatever the areas of interest you have within economics and management, you will find people here, fellow students, faculty members, industry practitioners, with whom you can share your ideas and from whom you can learn through informal interactions as well as in-class lectures and from the extensive seminar programs that we are going to organize. So the MPhil in Business Economics is a starting point for the careers of many distinguished economists and managers in academia and beyond. You will be taught and supervised by people at the forefront of research who will encourage you to aim high. We hope that you will take advantage of many opportunities available here to develop your own expertise as a business economist. And above all that, you will enjoy studying and learning with us. Finally, I wish to convey my well wishes for all your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam, for sharing your valuable thoughts with the audience today. So now that you have an idea about the students who will be taking up the MBE course program, if you are a student who are looking forward to take the MPhil program, you must be wondering who you will be meeting in this particular course. Worry not, because we have another short video compilation to show you the friends that you will be meeting in near future.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dhananjay Madhaval from Vattala, Sri Lanka. Currently, I'm working with Superdry International, looking after the East Africa, Middle East and South Asia as a regional marketing manager. Also, I'm a freelancer researcher, involved with many institutes in Sri Lanka and helping to improve their economic vocabulary.
Vanakkam. My name is Selvanathan Gopakrishna. I'm from Colombo. I'm working as a lecturer in the Department of Business Management from east of Metro Campus, Bamlapetia.
Ayubowan, I am Harini Kaushalya Amarasinghe, a senior lecturer attached to the Department of Business Economics, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Sri Jawadanapura.
Ayubowan, I am Jayati Disanayaka. I am an officer of Sri Lanka Planning Service. Currently, I am working as an Assistant Director Planning of the Ministry of Power and Energy.
Hello everyone, I am Nilni Ratnayaka from Colombo. Currently, I am working as Temporary Assistant Lecturer at the Department of Business Management, Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology.
Hi, my name is Ranil Hevamana. I live in Trincomalee. Currently, I am working as a lecturer probationary in YMB University of Sri Lanka.
Have a good day to all. I am Ravindra Kuruparache from Horana. Currently, I am working as probationary lecturer attached to the Department of Accountancy, Faculty of Business Studies and Finance, YMB University of Sri Lanka.
Hello, my name is Tarini Jayaratna. I work at the Royal Institute of Colombo as a lecturer for economics.
Okay, so those are the faces that you will be meeting in your classroom in near future, hopefully once again. So with that, we would like to move on to the next item on our agenda. We would like to introduce you to the lecture panel of this prestigious Department of Business Economics. Thank you, Janaka sir. So that was the panel of erudite lecturers that you will be meeting throughout different sessions throughout your MBE and MPhil journeys. So as you saw, they are extremely expert panel of lecturers. So I should say that you couldn't have chosen better when you chose University of Sri Jayawardenepura Business Economics Department to follow your MBE and MPhil programs. So with that, we would like to move on to another very special appearance on this particular inauguration program. He's a new face for us at Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, and it gives us great pleasure to have you on this program with us, sir. This is none other than our Acting Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Sudhantha Liyanage. So it is with great respect that I invite you to take up this session.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It is nice to see our UGC chairman also connecting with us, and also his professor attached to the Department of Business Economics. And first, I would like to congratulate all the postgraduate students who are joining with us today. And you all are having a kind of a very different experience, because normally in Sri Lanka we have used to have one-to-one teaching methodology. Basically, everybody will come to a classroom, and lecturers are delivering their lectures. So that's a normal way we have used, and we are normally very friendly type of methodology in Sri Lanka. But if you think about most of the developed countries, and especially some of the universities, especially in the postgraduate courses, are delivered by distance way or online programs. So therefore, we also now having a kind of a new experience to see how this online system is working for us. So therefore, I think in a way it's a very easy thing, because if you really want to come to the classroom, you have to spend a lot of time on the transportation, and sometimes you may not in a position to come at a time. But if we are delivering all these things in online, when you are free, you can listen to all these lectures, and especially these kind of courses are more based on theories. So therefore, it's much easy to absorb by hearing some of the lectures. So therefore, I think as a senior administrator, most of our postgraduate programs can be delivered through online. And definitely I know that most of the students also, they are fairly matured students, so therefore they would really prefer to have these online things. So therefore, at least I'm proposing today, at least at 30%, maybe 40% of lectures we have to continue with this online way. So with respect to this particular program, the business economics department is one of the very popular department in our management faculty, as you know that. I think that's the main reason you all are joining with us, especially all the postgraduate students. Our management faculty normally branded as the best management faculty in Sri Lanka. So within that particular faculty, we may have several departments. Among those departments, I think now the business economics department rank in first three departments. The popularity of the subject business economics has grown up at the university, and especially these kind of postgraduate programs also very much helpful for the people and also to the staff to strengthen their knowledge and deliver that particular knowledge to the society. So as actually, I think you all have planned to commence this particular program about at least good 2 months ago. Due to this particular COVID-19 issue, I think you all have delayed. Now we can understand that we are not in a position to recommence the university activities till somewhere late July, maybe August. So I think it's a good thing to initiate and commence the program in online if possible. Otherwise, the people are waiting. So therefore, I think this is a fairly new experience for all of us. And from the as a university from the administration side, we will give you fullest cooperation. And especially, we have added advantage because the current chairman of UGC, former Vice Chancellor, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, also from our university, and also from your department, he will help us. So if you are experiencing any kind of a technical difficulties, so how we are going to overcome in future. With that small note, I would like to again congratulate the entire department members, especially the head of the department and group, and also all the students who are coming and joining with the Sri Jayawardhanapura family. And I hope that your future going to be a very fruitful one. Thank you very much, and good night for everybody.
Thank you very much, Senior Professor Sudantha Liyanage, the Acting Vice Chancellor of University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for joining with us amidst your very busy schedules. It means a lot to us. Good night to you as well, sir.
Good night.
So
Thank you.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, now if you're students who are looking forward to take up studies in near future, some of you might have visited University of Sri Jayawardhanapura already, while some of you might not have visited it at all yet. So you might be curious as to what sort of a place this is, what sort of resources you will be experiencing, what sort of facilities you will be experiencing, what sort of engagements do we usually inculcate within the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. So since we are not able to provide you with that physical experience as yet, once again, we have taken up the challenge of taking all of you through a virtual tour through our university. So for those of you who are curious as to what our university is, enjoy this small video clip. Thank you very much, Dinesh Amit. So now that you have an idea about the friends that you're going to meet, the staff that you're going to meet, and as well as the university which you are going to set foot in your future. With that, I think now it's the perfect time to move on to the much awaited keynote speech of the day. So now this phase is a very familiar phase for us at University of Sri Jayawardenepura, and especially for us at Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce. He was a personality, and he's still a personality who's been loved dearly by everyone. And I can still see he's still wearing that graceful smile he used to wear during the university premises. And I have to mention that we do miss seeing you around at the university, sir. Still, we are really pleased to see your face during this program as well. So before I introduce you to him, just to provide a briefing about Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga, ladies and gentlemen. He holds a BA Honours in Economics from University of Sri Jayawardenepura in Sri Lanka, and an MA in Economics from University of Colombo, Sri Lanka, MSc in Economics of Rural Development from Saga National University in Japan, PhD from Kagoshima National University of Japan, as well as he has won several awards, including the prestigious Research Excellence Award in 2002 of the Kyushu Society of Rural Economics in Japan, and has over 75 referred publications, both locally and internationally. And he has served as our Vice Chancellor of University of Sri Jayawardenepura from 2014 until 2019, and as well as the Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce of University of Sri Jayawardenepura from 2008 to 2014, as well as the head of the department of this prestigious Department of Business of Economics from 2005 to 2008. Sir, we are indeed honored to have your presence here with us today, and with all due respect, I give away the session to you.
Thank you very much, Sadhuni. Good evening to everyone. Very nice to see Vice Chancellor today online because it's Saturday. This is after 7:30. So very nice to see him online. And business economics family, all members, including our head of the department and Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies, and Professor Padmalal from Graduate Studies, and new entrants to our family, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to speak about business economics. So I just want to take 3 papers which are very popular on web today. Most popular articles on future of world economy. So number 1 is 10 trends that will shape the global economy over the next decade. So there are 10 points. I'm not going to take all of them, but I will brief you. You can see some kind of limitations of monetary and fiscal policy. So monetary policy having reached its limits. So I don't know, we have one great central banker, very young central banker who is at the position of assistant governor today. So he will address this as well. It's a limit, and fiscal policy will be expected to provide the bulk of stimulus, making inflation, real assets, and infrastructure the big winners over the next decade. While the problem is growth, credit, and deflation will be the big losses. Number 2, the second major trend is climate change is the problem. 2030, the climate change could push more than 100 million people in developing countries below the poverty line. So the number 2. Number 3 is robotics and automation. And another big trend, this is known as machine to machine. Your refrigerator talk to the telephone, and then your telephone talk to the bank, and when you return home after your work, at the doorstep, you can get what your refrigerator orders. So this is going to be the world. So I just want to tell you, just think about the unemployment going to take place in future because of this high technology world. Number 4, the 4th major trend will be the rise of moral capitalism. So wonderful. The primary goal of the corporation is to maximize shareholder values. But we are going behind today. Moral capitalism is quickly going out of fashion. Companies will be forced to consider other stakeholders such as employees, giving bonuses, giving trips, and so many welfare things, local communities, and environment. So you can see how we are then deviating from the main objective of business. Then number 5, smart everything. Smart university. This is also a smart program. We are going to run MPhil online and MSc online, and even next time when you come to Sri Jayawardhanapura, the smart something will drive you to parking slots as well. So it's all going to be smart. So again, it's machine to machine. Then there are more trends like peak of the globalization And the other thing is, I don't know whether my colleagues in the quantitative techniques are happy to see this quantitative failure. We'll see what is going to happen, so on. Janak, please. Dr. Janak. Okay, thank you. And you can now just understand what is going to be happen. But I would say this is not finance, clearly. This is not finance. And this is not accounting. And this is business and economics. So if you consider 1930s, many years ago, where we had the final recession in the world, Keynes provided the solution to overcome the problem. He is an economist from the classical thinking and asked central banks to print money and distribute among the general population in order to purchase goods and services, because everybody came to know at end of the recession that has caused because of lack of demand. It's a huge area. Today, I don't think we can touch on that. So what I want to tell you, look at everything. It's rely on business economics. It is not just economics. It's a blend of business and economics. Look at this. The second para, another very important article on web, the Global Competitiveness Index 4 is organized into 12 pillars. Infrastructure, ICT, macroeconomic stability, health, skills, product market, labor market, financial system, market size, and so on. So you can see what is going to be the trend in future. So I don't want to take much time on detailed analytics. So let me go to the next one. Look at this. This is from JP Morgan, the head of economics, the head economist has given these 5 trends. The business cycle smooths out. Very interesting, because we talk business fluctuations. If you look at the real business fluctuations, you may see why actually we suffer. Why we suffer? What are the sufferings? Unemployment and high prices, huge budget deficits, and unreachable foreign exchange gaps and balance of payment deficits, and those are sufferings. And the second one, the central banks may shift to natural, then questions the stock market strength. So these are the questions actually we have to answer today. Promising outlook. Then it's an election year in US and even in Sri Lanka. So look at this, the next small picture, very interesting. Zoom tops weekly download chats. So we are going to talk about these things. So economics covers everything. And you cannot just, forget what is happening in US. In Sri Lanka, this web conference is free of charge. you are online underlearn, because our computer engineers set up all server towers at University of Colombo parallel to US towers, US computer platforms, in order to provide Zoom free for universities. So I was headed the project, and it was an incredible one, and we have done it, and because of that, these are free. So you can see what is happening to the world, what is going to happen, and this is unbelievable. We have never come across a software like Zoom, right? But how much it is popular all around the world. Not only Srijawadanapura, not only the management faculty, even Melbourne Business School, even Harvard, even Cambridge, everybody now on Zoom we are using. So on one way, now we are, equal, and we are doing the same. And being a third world country, we don't have much physical resources, but to see today, we are online, and in the evening, we are sharing the network, and we are working. So this may be a good time for us for the development. Dr. Janak, please go to the next page. Thank you very much. Okay, some more, little up. Thank you, thank you. This is what I have explained. You can see this downward part. It's called the suffering, recession. You can see. So if you are in capitalism, if you are go behind liberalism, if you ask demand and supply to settle your matters, you have to suffer. So Marxians, they argue, why do you want to have a capitalist structure like this, but in your life, one day you have to suffer. Whatever the company you own, maybe Apple, maybe another company, entity, but you have cycles. You cannot have, trend lines, 45-degree lines from zero to the sky. So you have to have this. Now the problem is, when you are in a recession, how you are going to run your system? So this is economics. This is not managing money. This is not fund management. So this is how to improve employment, how to strengthen the goods market, how to make the demand, the sustainable demand, how to have a good labor market and market for other inputs, so on. So please, Dr. Janak, next page. Look at this. This is the real fluctuation. This is the real fluctuation. So this is called a quadratic wave. This is a long wave. So this is for many years, hundreds. You can see how much we have suffered and what is happening today. You can see, you just see 1977. That was the peak. We could have opened in 1940, because from 40 you can see trend starts, trend begins upwards. So every year from 1940 to 1970, especially this first decade, 1950 to 60, the world trade, Dr. Sumudu may give statistics because she's a specialist in trade in our department. Every year, trade has increased by 10%. So you can just imagine how money pump to the system. So after 77, you can see still declining. It's downturn. So we are suffering. You know, the Marxian thinking is when you are having a downturn, the social aspect of the downturn is you get alcoholism, you get divorce, you get child abuse. Why? Because of this precision. So everybody can study this vast area of business economics with all of us. So I'm going to show you my final article. This is Knowledge Economy, Key to Sustainable Development. And this is again a very popular article. Knowledge Economy Index values and average GDP growth rates were negatively correlated during the post-crisis period. You can see 4 pillars are there. ICT, they check the bandwidth we have. They see whether you have an email account. If you have an email account, you have to reply promptly. Otherwise, it's a negative for the nation. So don't have so many email accounts. If you don't reply, that is coming under the knowledge index. That is coming under ICT. So if you don't teach now on web, that is not good for the index. So like that, ICT is there, education is there, and technology and innovation is there. So these are the main important pillars. So Dr. Janak, the last slide, I suppose. Yes, look at this. This is called the Knowledge Economy Index. Each and every country of the world now being plotted here. If you take your cursor to one of the dots, that gives you the name of the country. So you can see Luxembourg, it's very high. You don't believe we are around 4 today. And we are head of India. And China is little head to Sri Lanka. So meaning is still we have a growth momentum, even though no one has recognized we are as emerging nation, but still we believe there is a place for the Sri Lankan economy. So these are, you know, detailed topics. I don't want to take much time. So these are the 3 papers which I have taken. I have pointed out all variables here according to the Knowledge Economy Index. So monetary policy, fiscal policy, poverty line, global employment, robotics, smart evening, smart gadgets, and globalization. So like that. So I have just summarized everything according to this thing. And these are the things that I can, you know, summarize, and wish you all the best to all of you, and especially congratulations joining Department of Business Economics, one of the most vibrant economics departments. Business economics is one of the most vibrant places in our country today. So 100% our undergraduates are employable, and our academic staff, the senior staff, everybody with PhDs, and young staff, they are doing MPhil and pursuing for PhDs. So we are a very fruitful family. And also Dr. Dinesha, this is the 25th anniversary. We started in 1995, and I have calculated today, it is 25 years. So I must thank Dr. Dinesha, Dr. Janak, and all members at the department taking initiatives to produce this MPhil and MSc degree program at this very important year for the nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sampath sir. Once again, it's really good to see your face once again back in this program. And thank you very much for the mind-blowing speech which you presented. You never fail to inspire us as always. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of virtual applause for Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga, the current chairman of the UGC and the former Vice Chancellor of University of Sri Jayawardenepura. Thank you so much for joining with us amidst your very busy schedule, sir. We wish you well and have a good night, sir.
Thank you, Sadhuni.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have just received news that the Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, Dr. U. Anurakumara, is back online with us. So it is with great pleasure that I invite him to take up the session.
Good evening to all of you. It's very nice to see you in this evening. This event is historical event for our faculty and also all of these participants. This is the very first inauguration of our two historical postgraduate program introduced by the Department of Business Economics in the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce. This department is this Business Economics department is the pioneering business economics department in the country. You know about the faculty, this pioneering management faculty. So I take this opportunity. First, I can see our senior professor in business economics, our senior professor of the department, and head of department, and very especially two coordinators, Dr. Janaka Pravandu, coordinator of the Master of Business Economics, and Dr. Sumudhu Pereira, coordinator of the MPhil in Business Economics, and also two keynote speakers from industry. Mr. Rohana Vijaysekhara, Assistant Governor, and Mr. Nandana Buddhipala from Commercial Bank, and my dear colleagues. So let me congratulate all students who enrolled to this to postgraduate program. I know this is very special day for you, and this is very special day for us too. And this is very special day for our department, our business economics department. This is my department. This is UGC Chairman Professor Sampath Amaratunga's department. So we are very proud. And also, I know you also proud. You are students. I congratulate you all. And let me first of all, let me wish you all the best. So you are going to join with this Center of Excellence in Management Education in the country. Our faculty is the pioneering faculty in the country. Our faculty has more than 80 PhD holders in almost all management related disciplines. And there are many PhDs in business economics department. There is no any other institution, management education institution in country having this much concentration of knowledge and experts. So you, this very first students, you should proud about your choice. You should proud about your department. you should proud about your faculty. You should proud about your choice. Right. So this program, Masters in Business Economics is 1 year program, and MPhil is 2 year program. I know this in this hard time we connect with online, but you will be with us another 1 year or another 2 years. Definitely you will have a very good learning experience with us. Faculty has opportunity to shape your, to gain knowledge, skills and experience. You can get very good learning experience. It's guaranteed. I know you all are executives. Most of them are full-time employees. This program also full-time program. I know this next 1 year period or 2 year period will be a hard time for you. You need to balance this, your employment and this program. Tell you love, we are going to have a hard time. Get ready to get maximum benefit from this program. This is not like undergraduate degree program. This is master's program. So you need to bring your experience to the classroom. You will have active, interactive class. Unfortunately, online notes that you are today online and next few weeks online, and you will have physically and classroom, face-to-face classroom also. We can meet near future. You can get maximum benefits. You get ready, you bring your experience, your problems to the classroom. You can discuss this everything. Don't try to get everything from our academic members. They are experts. And you also have experience. That is the difference, our postgraduate program. You need to bring your problems. You need to bring your experience to the classroom. You can share your experience with our academic members and peers, with your peers in the classroom. So doing masters is not that much so easy. Most of them are certificate hunters. We have experience. So this is definitely this department, these two coordinators, they are ready to give your degree within exactly stipulated time period. You also need to get ready to get this on time. So I wish you all the best. I know definitely you will have wonderful time period with us, with University of Sri Jayawardena. Sometimes you come here, you are our alumni. Sometimes you are from different institutions. I know definitely you all will be our alumni members. So definitely, I know you all get degree at the end of the year. You will, with this experience gained through this program, definitely you will serve the country. You will serve the society for the betterment of people and environment. I wish you all the best and in your studies, and also I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And also, I take this opportunity to appreciate our department members, very especially Dr. Janat Kumar Singh and Dr. Sumut Pereira. Thank you very much for arranging this meeting. You had opportunity to listen a wonderful, fruitful speech, and you will have another 2 keynote speech. And take this opportunity. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining with us, even amidst certain technical difficulties which you faced. And also, always, we thank you for being the guiding light which drives the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce towards success, ladies and gentlemen. That was Dr. U. Anurukumara, the Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce for you. And with that, since we are nearing the agenda for today, we would like to move on to the next item. So I would like to say that this special person has been very patiently waiting since the beginning of the program until his turn comes. I've been observing his gestures all throughout the program. So finally, sir, it's time for you to speak up. Before giving away the session to him, I would like to introduce him to you. A very special character joining with us today, a very prestigious personality, Mr. Rohana Wijesekara, the Assistant Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, who holds a BSc in Physical Sciences from Colombo, Sri Lanka, postgraduate diploma in Economics from Warwick, United Kingdom, and MSc in Economics also from Warwick in United Kingdom, and has served the Central Bank of Sri Lanka in various capacities in information technology, economic research, statistics, and human resource departments. Also, he is a member of the Monetary Policy Committee and the Financial System Stability Committee of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, and serves as a visiting lecturer in areas of economic development, data science, and human resource management. So we couldn't have thought of a better personality to do this guest lecture during this program today. With all due respect, the session is yours.
Hey, hi, good evening. Wow, I'm amazed to see a fabulous set of students and eloquent set of resourceful learners, and in the middle I see a visionary professor. And let's move on. When I saw this university in the presentations, I felt jealous because I am from Colombo University. I don't want to explain anything further. And when I stepped in to your university in 2017, I was amazed. The people who took me to the conference hall was, I couldn't believe it. It's a corporate conference hall. So Professor Sampath and myself, we all know what happened in mid-80s. So Professor survived, I survived, and I embarked on a different journey. Professor became a visionary of education. So things are happening. So let me start by saying thank you, Professor Sampath, for inviting me. Thank you, Dr. Janaka, for inviting me for this prestigious event. So why am I here? I like the word why. I'm in front of you digitally. Did we ever think about it 2 months ago? Not long, 2 months ago. I heard about it, about webinars, about 2 years ago. I was very shy to attend. I was very shy to even listen because I thought this is very technical. Now we are using it. So the world is changing so fast. We have to move on faster, but not in a very thirsty way. But we have to have our own ways. But mostly in a pandemic situation like this, we have to swiftly move and defeat the pandemic. I don't like this COVID-19 word totally because it disturbs me to find solutions to this uh, issue. You see, we are seeing what we have never seen in our life. So we should find solutions which we have never seen in life. This is what I mean. So getting back to your business economics, your professor, visionary professor, made my life very difficult. I knew about it because he's a versatile economics lecturer. So I'm going to remove my central bank shirt. And he said, this assistant governor is smartly dressed. Yes, I'm smartly dressed. I'm very well prepared. I'll tell you why in the middle of the story. You see, so business, what is business economics? Well, I've chosen business economics to enhance your personal life and career life as well. To me, economics is way of life, nothing else. And believe me, I'm a person who smashed certificates, I tear certificates into pieces. I have not done it, but I virtually have done it. When I studied mathematics for my degree, I was wondering what to do. Actually, I got selected to physics special, and I gave up because of the insurgencies and took a general first class and broke the degree into pieces. Then I found small pieces which I can use to join the central bank. In the central bank, I felt very dull. Things were not moving. I joined the computer department. So I wanted a change. So I did it fast as I can. Just after the confirmation, I was fortunate to get a scholarship to University of Warwick, London. I took my master's degree in 1995, 25 years old, and again I smashed my degree into pieces. You see, in 2010, when I was the direct HR, a group of new recruits came in, and the former deputy governor, now chairman commercial bank, stood up and said, "You people have 5 degrees, 5 qualifications, CFA, ACCA, Chadurpura management, all that is, but I challenge, I have only 2 degrees, one general degree and master's from Essex." He said, "Still I'm using them." This is what I'm trying to tell you all. Learn things, but use them. Don't sit on them. No way. And I'll tell you another. I'm moving here and there, but economics is way of life. What is business economics thing? I can't get into theories, but your professor already narrated everything. Now, what is business economics? Business economics is living in a business environment. You decide your own fate. You decide to achieve things together. So that is what I mean by a business degree. You have to live with your business economics to make your company prosper, achieve your company goals, keeping the big picture as the success of your motherland. I like that. Keep it in your mind. So I just said togetherness. What is togetherness? It's all about team. I'll tell you one story about central bank statistics. In central bank, in 2013, there comes a visionary leader. I call myself a visionary leader. It's okay because I have a backing. Don't worry about things. When you have things, harp about them. Don't hide them. If I don't tell you about this, nobody will tell you. So when I joined the statistics, it was a dustbin. 7 directors in 6 years. So nobody wanted to join statistics. You know what I did? I made a change. I made a small change. I believe in small changes to achieve big. You know what I did? I brought in we culture. I call it we culture. When you have we culture, you feel togetherness. You feel teamwork. So I changed the name of the department. What did I do? What is the name? Team Stat. Nobody complained. Not a single senior management person came and told me, no. It is statistics department officially. Don't change it. I changed it. And my team started loving it. Now I can't stop them. I can't stop them saying we. We don't have we didn't have I in statistics department. So this is the kind of a leadership you need in this era. This era is defeating COVID-19. So that's teamwork. That's elegant leadership. So then what? We wanted a team. I still can remember in 2018, January 1st, there's a monk, the Buddhist monk coming in for a sermon. The monk said, please go home every day and list out what you did right and list out what you did wrong. And come tomorrow and don't make the same mistake. You know what I did? I took this as a theme. I converted it into a slogan. You know what the slogan is? You know what the slogan is? Preparation and value. Preparation and value. In the middle, you have success. So every prepared person is a successful person. A successful person always have a value, always have a branding. So that is what I did. Today, I was well dressed. I was on time, before on time. So I was seeing these beautiful faces. I came here to enjoy because this is a beautiful evening. Next door, there's a party going on. This is digital circus. Why not move with this? I mean, this visionary professor was talking to me about a visual campus. I mean, he's talking about a digital campus. He doesn't want buildings. He doesn't want lecture halls. He wants to make open university, manual open university, a digital. So it goes with the president's vision. He wants most of our guys, youth, unemployed youth, to become a knowledgeable guys. So in time to come, we will see that. So you are in business economics, okay. Some of y'all are just joining in the path of business. Some of y'all are already in business. Both of y'all. I tell you one, don't wait till you get the master's degree. Don't wait till you get the MPhil degree. Don't wait till your PhD. Yes, you start picking tools what you want for your business life. For example, you pick econometrics, analytics, you pick management techniques, you can pick all those. But parallelly, you become a useful person to this country, because you can start today. If you are not have embarked on a beautiful project to revive this country, start today. You don't need degrees, you don't need masters, you don't need PhD. It's your effort, it's your gentle mind. You just keep it in your mind. So I'm not going to take you through a lecture. Let me request this. Let me be your friend from today. So this is going to be a very brief story. Dr. Janaka is looking at me. Yes, I know. I don't want to take this the gathering longer than now we say 38. I'll tell you one. Believe in yourself. Keep up yourself. Strengthen yourself. Read things. Share things. Because I am a person who's willing to share knowledge, experiences always. Because once Steve Jobs said, late Steve Jobs said, empty your mind as much as possible for you to fill your mind with a set of new things. He brought in a very nice example. But you know what he said? He said, Korea is copying Apple every day. Let them copy. So we will find new things, new innovations that made the Apple team a great outfit. This is what a leader should do. The leader is not a mature person like me. Leader is not a visionary professor. Leader is within you. Please challenge yourself always. Take you as a leader. I'll tell you one story. Aravinda was never a leader. Aravinda was a player, world best player in cricket. But he was never, and I am going to boast myself. We played together. This is boasting. This is not fudging. You know what? But he was challenging himself. He was telling himself, look at me, I will blast that bowler. I will blast him. You know, this is what I mean. You change your things, you lead your life, you get into the river of economics, you get into the river of business economics, start swimming. You will find turbulence. You will find challenges ahead of you. But parallelly, you will find successful periods as well. Which makes you happy. But expect the unexpected. So enjoy your life. I'm sure, I'm quoting Professor Sampath too much, but I have to do it because he's the person who really enjoys life. Me, a person who enjoys life because we live with economics. We live with HR. We live with management. He lives with higher education. So it's a vast world. It's not the end. But I'll tell you one last thing. You have a great responsibility to revive this country. I'll come up with the final story. In 1985, we never thought we could beat Australians. If that is so, it would have been a miracle or a magic thing. And you know what happened? In Melbourne Cricket Ground, the final World Cup game, the best bowler, Australian bowler, Jeff Lawson came in to bowl the last over. We had to score 6 runs. Aravinda was just 25. You know, halfway through the bowler running in, Aravinda danced down the wicket. He was in the middle of the wicket. Bowler didn't know what to do. He pulled it and he miscued it and went for a 6. You know, this has a long story. To pick things, he didn't ever ask the captain to hit the shot or not. He had the confidence. He didn't say, I'm 25. He didn't say, I'm a debutant. He didn't say, we are frightened of Australia. I need the caliber of those people in this country, because he wanted to kill Australians and he did it in a style. So today we need more and more Aravindas. Why? To defeat the pandemic. I don't want to use it COVID-19. I am sick of COVID-19. I want to defeat this pandemic. We need more and more Aravindas. So get yourself strengthened with your knowledge. Don't have to play cricket. You just get yourself strengthened. Focus your studies. Talk to people. Share things with anybody. Talk to the three-wheeler guy. Talk to your grocery store's owner. I do it because I pick things in my life. I share things, I pick. So you have to do it, because without this kind of experience, we cannot move on. We cannot defeat a pandemic like this. So this is the story for today. So thank you for inviting. Good to see your beautiful faces. Thiruvan Saranai. God bless you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Rohana Wijesekara, the Assistant Governor of Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for joining with us as a guest speaker today, sir, and for being on time, as you mentioned, and as for dressing up for us, and also for patiently waiting until it was your turn to finally speak. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the final speech for the day. The final guest speaker I would like to introduce to you now, who is also a very special personality who is joining with this session today. So to introduce about him a bit to you, he is Mr. Nandika Buddhipala, the Chief Financial Officer of Commercial Bank. And he holds a BSc Honours in Business Administration from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Sri Lanka, and a Postgraduate Diploma in Management, MSc in Financial Mathematics from University of Colombo, Sri Lanka, MPhil in Economics from Colombo University, Sri Lanka, and has many affiliations and qualifications, as you can see, but we had to abbreviate them for the purpose of this presentation, as you can see. Also, he's an auditor at, he has been an auditor at KPMG Sri Lanka from 1991 to 1993. and the Chief Financial Officer of Mobitel Private Limited from 1993 to 2007, a past president of ACCA Sri Lanka and currently serving as the Vice Chairman of the Member Network Panel, as well as member of Finance and Administration Committee and Research Committee of ICASL. So we are indeed honored to have your presence here with us today. With all due respect, I hand over this session to you.
Thanks, Anduni, and it's great to join with you all. I know everybody has been waiting for a quite longer period, and I'm not going to take that much of time now. It is almost 8:47, and still maybe about nearly 60 people are waiting. And if Professor Sampath is around, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, then maybe Dr. Sumudu Liyanage, Dinesh Asiriwardana, Janaka Fernando, everybody, thanks for kind of inviting me. Of course, it has come to a different environment. Now, maybe using this kind of technology for university studies has been a kind of a debatable thing. Maybe some time back, I can remember maybe about 10 to 12 years back. This particular discussion came in very much in the academic field, whether it is required for us to go ahead with this, and then there again, maybe recorded the lectures to be uploaded into the web. I think there was a clearance at least maybe about 10, 12 years back, even that we need to have this kind of mechanism. When it comes to certain experiences, you need to revive it and you need to revisit it and you need to have a look at it again. So coming from that particular environment, I think it's quite obvious that it is required for us to maybe use this kind of technology. Now, quite interestingly, a few minutes back, maybe about an hour or two back, got connected with Moratuwa because I thought the diversity is really required for us when we engage in certain things. Got connected with Moratuwa University because I'm just doing my the master's in computer science, which is, I haven't done even my O-levels or A-levels in computer science, but I'm trying it out because this diversity is the one what we need to look at. Very interesting phenomena is Professor Sampath Amaratunga touched on almost everything as Lakshman, Rohan also mentioned. It's quite interesting to see maybe just to have maybe 1 or 2 minutes, maybe elaboration on one particular incident of this monetary policy, where the monetary policy, the expansion of money and the printing money, quite interestingly, maybe about 2008, 2007 and 8, where we had the financial meltdown or global financial crisis. At that time, the total balance sheets of the central banks, which speaks for itself about the money supply. It was, as I can remember, maybe about $6 trillion US from entire 6 or 7 major, about 5, 6 major central banks. And now, as we speak, of course, we have gone through this particular too much of money supply, but there again, we have come into a stage with the COVID, huge expansion of the money supply as well. Now, Bank of Japan itself is having 5.2 trillion, almost similar to only one central bank, almost similar to what the type of the balance sheet what we had, a collective of about 5, 6 major currencies, the currencies throughout the world. Then European Central ECB is having another 5.6 trillion balance sheet, that amount of money supply. Then Bank of England, just less than 1 trillion, about 0.6 trillion. Then the Federal Bank of the USA, they have 3.8 trillion. Then the China also joined the bandwagon, they have 5.3 trillion. Now the issue is why we are talking about it. Because the normal wisdom, the professor also mentioned it, the normal wisdom is once we have this much of money supply, then what is going to happen? We are faced with huge amount of inflation. But understandably, we are going through a different phase where we cannot see that much of inflation. Then why it is so? There are a number of reasons for it. Now, when we look at monetary policy transmission, quite interestingly, one or two dominant currencies in the world, specifically one dominant currency, that is other than the US dollar. When you look at US dollar, the world trade, US is engaged with only 10% of the world trade. And when it comes to global GDP, I think you are quite aware of, otherwise you would have done a certain amount of economics. So the global GDP, US contribution is only 15%. But quite interestingly, when you look at the US dollar, 1/3 of the world currencies are pegged to US dollar. The 50% of the global trade invoices, with more than 50, I think it's maybe running about 60%. Those were denominated in US dollars. Then when we look at emerging markets like ours, huge amount of emerging markets, 2/3 of emerging markets data are denominated in US dollars. Then 2/3 of the world reserves, we also talk about our reserves, we say 7 billion, bit more than 7 billion reserves are depleting and we have issues, but the interesting phenomena is even our reserves are denominated in US dollars. 2/3 of the global the foreign currency reserves are denominated in US dollars. So it goes on like that. So now quite interesting phenomena is even after printing this much of money, we are not confronted with that much of inflation throughout, maybe after the financial meltdown also. So, so why it is? So conventional wisdom sometimes doesn't give you maybe that kind of elaboration or that kind of idea. I'm not going to get into too much details in the interest of time, but quite interestingly, since Professor also just mentioned about Keynesian, what they say quite interestingly is that yes, the reason for the calamity or the business cycles, I'm just studying the business cycles also, the fall in aggregated demand. Aggregate demand is the reason for the bust boom kind of business cycles. They call it bust booms. Then there again, what they say, this is Keynesian, what they say, expansionary monetary policy and the fiscal policy are the solutions. Now that school goes on like that. But there are alternative theories, specifically the Austrian school of economics. But they say, boom bust, why we have these kind of fluctuations in the economic cycles, they say the cause is expansionary monetary policy. So others say that cure is expansionary monetary and fiscal policy. They say the expansionary monetary policy is the reason for the boom bust. Now, I'm not going to say which one is the correct. There's nothing like that. Maybe I move into one particular, the other small connotation when it comes to the important aspect is maybe going back to economics itself. When the Truman, US president, said, I need one-handed economist as an advisor. Why? Always economists, what they say, on the one hand, inflation can take place. On the other hand, inflation may not take place due to these reasons. So he said, I don't want these kind of two words, but I want is one word. Now, is it possible? I believe in complex world like ours and complex linkages, complex issues prevailing at the moment. It's going to be extremely difficult for us to come up with one particular solution to any question what we confront with. So slowly coming back to the business economics. Why we need business economics? If you feel by coming to study business economics that you can get all these problems resolved, not really. But the interdisciplinary, this kind of courses, those are going to be extremely important because we need to have not only the economics, but how the economics is going to get blended in other areas. Quite interestingly, I had one conversation with maybe about a couple of years back when CIMA president, even though I am the vice president of ACCA also, but they wanted me to sit down with the CIMA global president when he came down. Then I sat down with another friend of mine who is the co-founder of one of the biggest the funds in Sri Lanka. It is Norwegian-based one, and he has his BSc in physics, MSc in physics, PhD in particle molecular in physics. All are from the UK Imperial University, one of the best business colleges in the world. But he has been doing, he was doing finance. And he was running this as a co-founder of the Norwegian-based, this is a huge, internationally huge fund. But he's not from any economics, but he's from physics. Why? Then he himself just mentioned about it. He didn't mention about his qualification, but he said, I am having only a physical science background, but I am sitting down here like Rohan also the first degree in physics. Now, the issue is this interdisciplinary connectedness. The most of the theories in finance, specifically the random walk, is coming from the physics theories. There again, most interesting, the other maybe connotation is specifically when it comes to even economics. Most of the theories, specifically supply and demand and aggregate demand, there again the roots are coming from physics. So now here, for you to study the business economics, the importance is that all these discussions, specifically why the monetary supply, why the zero base, now the interest rate has come to zero level, why the zero level interest rate is not going to give the solution, because as a monetary policy, it is not going to be effective. Now, keeping all that in aside, keeping even the Austrian economics, what they say, Austrian economics quite prominent these days as well, is because one of the institutions what they have is Mises Institute. It's in the name of the Van Ludwig Mises, who initiated this the theory of the Austrian economics. The Mises Institutes really, it is in Alabama, located in Alabama, USA. They very strongly argue against these days against Paul Krugman. Paul Krugman is another Nobel Prize winner, but who's supportive of this the other side, the post-Keynesian theories. Even they put up a book as well as one blog called Contra Krugman. A lot of arguments are going through in this space. I'm not going to maybe get into any of these, but what I'm trying to mention here is you're getting into this kind of multidisciplinary, specifically multidisciplinary studies gives you huge amount of potential. And there again, if you really feel all these solutions, now we are coming into a university where you are going to learn the Master of Philosophy and Master of the Masters, economics related area. That is going to change your way of thinking. That is going to change your knowledge base. That is going to change how you look at a question or a problem. So don't think these theoretical perspectives are not going to help. I have been now maybe 12 years CFO of a bank, and maybe for 14 years I've been in the industry, in the finance area, in a multinational company which is pretty much into the telecommunication. But the issue is maybe the first masters, maybe which I've done long ago, still helps me to get the clear understanding of the problem and the multifaceted solutions. Now, there again, most of the studies throughout the world in even academic field are rooted into one specialization. It can be economics, it can be physics, it can be the finance, it can be something else. But this one subject specialization is not going to help. My personal experience maybe about 10, 12 years back, there is one professor called Margaret Abernathy, who's in accounting area, where she said that was about 12 years back. I just personally heard her in Australia. What she said is that the psychology is extremely important for accounting. That time I also couldn't really understand it, but later on, now when it comes to today, it's extremely important for us to have this multidisciplinary kind of thinking, and maybe not to just jump into conclusions or not to get the solutions, but it is important for us to have this multidisciplinary interactions and maybe multiple solutions. So, for example, whether money supply, excessive money supply is going to create inflation or not. Maybe yes, maybe not. But the reason is, what are the channels? Now, dominant currency in the world like US dollars, when they create trillions of trillions, how those are channeled into different economies, in what form? Because most of the bonds are issued in the dollars, even here in Sri Lanka, sovereign bonds are issued in US dollars. Now, our debt to GDP is running to 90%. What capacity we have? And we have to maybe pay off billions of the dollars in foreign currency in coming next 5 years. I think about 40% of our total debt liability in foreign currency has to be paid off within another 5 years. And out of 90% of our debt to GDP, maybe more than 50% of our GDP is denominated in US dollars. So that's where these linkages are coming through. And there again, maybe this kind of monetary transmission taking place in the world might not maybe trigger huge amount of inflation, maybe trigger inflation sometimes. So one of the great the economists in this area, very comparatively younger lady, who I listened maybe live two times, once in the UK and once in Philadelphia in USA, before joining to the IMF as the chief economist. That's Geeta Gopinath, Indian origin, where she talks about the dollar domination and where they are taking unusual rights. And I was so amazed to hear criticizing US, studying in US and working for Harvard and coming up and talking very straightforwardly. So the importance here is that we cannot maybe find one solution, and we cannot find extreme solution to the problems, complicated problems we are facing at the moment. So the help is going to come from multidisciplinary area. There again, maybe I touch on only one other thing where Professor mentioned about Conrad Reef. These Conrad Reef cycles is like Conrad Reef is one of the, I think Nicola Conrad Reef, he just mentioning about the business cycles. He's a Russian economist, and then where he says the economic behavior, the boom and bust, I'll just stop at that point. Maybe the last one is going to be the information technology revolution, the fifth wave, derived from Conrad Reef and Schumpeter. Schumpeter is another interesting character. I think most of these you can get from your studies, and do not stop your studies. Now, even now, as we speak, I'm just reading some of these things, specifically Royal Economic Society, where I'm a member, and American Economic Society, the society, where they have so many publications. Specifically, American Economic Society, they have maybe about 10 to 12 journals. These are extremely important, and they run into different disciplines sometimes as well. Now, today I couldn't really look at it. Another colleagues of mine, he just pushed me to 73rd CFA Institute annual virtual conference. They have run into 73. I think that might be the first time that they are doing in virtual. Now, interestingly, the CFA is very much connected to, don't think it is only connected to finance, it's connected to even economics as well. Day one, Now, I can download it. I didn't have the time because I just wanted to sit down with you all. First, they talk about global macro and market outlook in uncertain times. So first day they talk about that theme. So I can download and see, he gave me the links. The second day they talk about psychology and personal advice for using the living and working through the global crisis. Second day about psychology. They are finance people. First day they talk about economics. Second day talk about psychology. Third day they talk about strategies for investing through the crisis. Third day they talk about financial or otherwise even the strategies. So look at the multidisciplinary nature of it. Then there are again the people who are going to make the deliberations. One is Donald Altman. He's author. He talks about mindfulness. He's the person of consulting in mindfulness. This is very, very close to our culture as well. The second one is Aswath Damodaran, professor of finance from Stern School of Business. Stern is very, very famous school, New York University. Third one is Howard Marks, CFA, himself co-chairman, and then Oak Tree Capital Management. The fourth one is this is Emmy Morvin, lecturer in psychology from the Northeastern University. So that's where we need to have maybe your syllabus. I know that you might have strategies, you might have the other subjects, a combination of that. And the important aspect is going to be this multidisciplinary nature. Maybe I stop at this point, giving only one example. During my first degree at your university, where you are joining at the moment, we studied the industrial psychology type of the organization behavior. Then I heard somebody called Dr. Herbert Simon. Okay, then fine. Then afterwards, when I was doing one of the masters, economics, then I heard same Herbert Simon, but he won the Nobel Prize for what? Economics. Somewhere in 1975. Then now, since I started doing artificial intelligence, even though I don't have any background, I just mentioned even I don't know how to handle some of the things, but still I might not be able to get it, but the knowledge is the important thing. Now I heard about the same person, Herbert Simon. He won the Turing Prize. The Turing Prize, Alan Turing is one of the computer scientists, the people who are sitting down here from that area should know. The winning Turing Prize is something similar to winning Nobel Prize in economics in the computer science. This man won that prize. So that's where there's no need for us to win any of these prizes, but at least we need to know the connectivity between the different subjects and how you can bring in, who can look at the problems rather than just giving the solution. So in that sense, I think this combination of subjects that you are going to learn, it has come to 9, 10, and take a lot of time. Now, what I'm trying to say here is, don't think that what you are going to learn are going to be so academic. The things that you learn so academic, since I'm in professional area as well as academic area, I know some of these theories, once it is discussed at the academic level, come into practice through the other schools, maybe accounting or otherwise. I'm not going to turn them down, but all theories used to come so down to that level after a very long period of time. Time that can be 5 years. But some of these theoretical backdrops you study at the time when the profession is going on. And then it is different for technical, the kind of solution. If you go to a technical college, if you do some technical or professional study, you try to find solutions. But through these kind of multidisciplinary courses, and it's quite required today for us to have some amount of understanding of economics and some of these theories to understand how the spillover effect into our economy. Even for that, it's extremely important. So I think you have done a correct choice. During our time, we didn't have this much of choices. There were not like the professors who are sitting down here. We had only 1 or 2 professors. and those they also migrated. Now you have so many professors sitting down here, coming from the Japan, USA, UK, and so many places, and coming from so different disciplines. So that understanding, that interaction is going to give you kind of thinking, which is going to be extremely important, which is going to be very, very different to a professional kind of feeling, professional kind of experience, which definitely would enhance your career further. So I think you have a right choice. We had to wait for a long time because earlier only MBAs were offered by Sri Lanka universities. Later on only they came up with economics, finance, and the other disciplines. Then we went into those. But now, as soon as you are out of the university, there's no need for us to wait until these multidisciplinary things come into picture. Now those are coming. This particular juncture where we are going through these COVID issues, the money supply, fiscal policy issues, then I think my personal point of view, not because I'm addressing you, I think the correct choice is the business economics. So you have taken that choice and have a very bright future. Thank you. And take a good night.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nandika Buddhipala, the CFO of Commercial Bank PLC, for joining with us as a guest speaker for today and for your value-adding and inspiring words. And we would also like to mention, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. Rohana Wijesekara and Mr. Nandika Buddhipala were actually joined with us with the courtesy of Senior Professor Sampath Amarathunga. So we would also like to once again thank you for giving us this golden opportunity as well, sir. And we wish you well and wishing you a good night as well, sir. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the concluding point of our today's agenda. So before we conclude, in order to give away the vote of thanks, I would like to invite yet another profound lecturer from the Department of Business Economics, Ms. Silini Navaratna. The session is all yours.
Thank you, Sandhani. Good evening to all of you. As we near the closure of today's event, on behalf of the Department of Business Economics, let me take this opportunity to be grateful to each and every person who has helped us in making this inauguration a reality. Today's event is not merely a one-off event. It is a product of months and years of collective and hard work of multiple personalities. First and foremost, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to our keynote speaker, Senior Professor Sampath Amarathunga, the Chairman of University Grants Commission, Sri Lanka. Sir, we consider it a great honor to have you here with us today at this milestone of the Department of Business Economics. Further, we are grateful to the guest speakers, Mr. Rohana Wijesekara, Assistant Governor, Central Bank of Sri Lanka, and Mr. Nandika Buddhipala, Chief Financial Officer, Commercial Bank PLC. You have taken your time off your busy schedules to be here with us today. I'm sure you have opened up the minds of our students to many aspects in the field of business economics. Let us not forget our pillars of strength, the Acting Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Sudantha Liyanage, Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, Dr. Yuvanura Kumara, Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies, Senior Professor M.M. Patmalal, and the Head of the Department of Business Economics, Dr. Dinesha Sirivartana. Without their guidance and support, these master's programs would not have come into a reality. At the same time, on behalf of the Department of Business Economics, I wish to extend my appreciation towards the lecturers of the department, of the faculty, and all the external resource persons who have contributed immensely towards the designing and the development of these postgraduate programs. Moreover, I'm thankful to all our non-academic staff members and the technical team of the faculty for their continuous support and assistance. Last but not least, dearest students, your participation has added color to this event, and I hope that you will all have a fulfilling journey with the Department of Business Economics. Thank you all for having the patience and for cooperating during this virtual inauguration. A very good night to all of you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tilini. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the conclusion of the MBE and MPhil inauguration programs scheduled for today. So we do understand that we did run a little bit off the agenda in terms of time, but looking at the fact that still we have been able to retain 54 participants until the end of the program, it means that you also must have enjoyed it and must have considered it fruitful and engaging as well. So thank you very much for staying with us until the end. And just like many of our guest speakers, keynote speaker, and all the ideas shared, considering all the ideas shared, we are living in an age where disruptive digital transformations are going on. So we at University of Sri Jayawardenepura are trying our best to harness that technology and to deliver the best value in education to all of you, because we always stick to the motto of our alma mater, Vidya Uppatatang Setta. Among all that rise, knowledge is the greatest. We do hope to impart that knowledge to young, enthusiastic people like you, and we do congratulate you on your future journey of MBE and MPhil programs with us. We would like to once again welcome you to our little family of business economics, as well as once again wishing you all the very best. Stay safe, stay indoors, use sanitizer as much as possible. Until we meet again soon, we would like to sign off. Thank you. I'm Sandhini Senaratna. A very good night to all of you.